In today's video, I'm going to explain how I got $25,000 of business funding from one lender in just one sitting. And if you're ready to run up a bag, make sure you get your notepads ready and soak up all these gems, because you can use these same exact steps to get your own business credit, even if you don't have the best personal credit score. The fact is, learning how to build and leverage business credit is going to be the quickest and most proven path that you can use to obtain your financial freedom. Pouring all your blood, sweat, and tears into your 9-to-5 for another 20 years isn't going to get you there. Trying to save pennies of your paycheck after paying all those bills every week isn't going to get you there either. But knowing how to consistently use business credit to invest in income-producing assets can generate you enough cash flow to eventually cover all your living expenses. And this is what I call financial freedom. The big question is, how do you even get enough business credit in the first place to accomplish this goal? And this was actually the same exact question I asked myself when I had first started my own business credit journey. At that point, I had just started my LLC that same year, and the only business credit I had so far was a credit card that I got from Navy Fed. I mean, I was definitely excited about the progress I was making so far, but I wanted to scale my business even more by purchasing 1 or 2 more Toro cars using business credit. I mean, this could probably make me another $1,500 a month in my car sharing business. I needed to figure out what my next move was as far as getting business credit if I wanted to buy these cars for my Toro business before the slow season hit. So one option I had was to start building more trade lines using net 30 and net 60 accounts, or what I call the tier method. Now, the tier method is great for beginners who may have a lower personal credit score. But one drawback is that this process usually takes a little bit longer, because you do have to build these trade lines with multiple vendors to get them to report on your business credit profile over time. So this got me thinking, there has to be a better way to do this, right? And this is the moment I remembered the power of relationship banking. Now, all relationship banking is when you have a strong rapport with a financial institution, like a bank or a credit union, by having multiple products with them and creating multiple points of contact. These points of contact can include setting up a personal checking savings account, a business checking savings account, using their loan products and paying them back on time, using secure, unsecured credit cards with this institution, and even setting up your 9-to-5 direct deposit into that same institution. All of these things strengthen the loyalty a bank has in you as a borrower and helps build more long-term relationships with their clients. Ultimately, this means that the bank is going to bring in more business and money into their ecosystem. But for you and me, this means the bank is going to be more willing to give us business credit products and possibly overlook a lower personal credit score or a shorter business history, since we have such a strong relationship with them in other areas. This is literally how I got my first $25K in business credit at Navy Fed. It's a hack that people aren't talking about enough, and so many banks use this system. Now that I knew relationship banking was the method I was going to use to get my next round of business credit, I still had a big problem. Exactly what bank was I going to build this relationship with next to possibly get more funding for my business? So I did have accounts at a local credit union that I first got when I started my business, but the problem was they were really small and they only offered business loans. And to get these business loans, you actually needed 2 years tax returns, which at the time I just didn't have. And this is when I learned not all banks and credit unions use the relationship banking system, because this credit union didn't care how much money I had in the account or how much I used them. They needed those tax returns before they gave my business any kind of funding. And on top of that, I didn't want to go to a big commercial bank like BOA or Chase, because they usually have even stricter lending requirements since they're so well known. So to be honest, I was definitely feeling a bit stuck at this point, because I didn't know what my next move was going to be to go ahead and get more business credit. But I tell you, any time in my life that I've run into a roadblock, the best solution that I've found is to study and research that topic until you find an answer. And after a few weeks of research, there was one name that just kept popping up as far as giving the bag away without a bunch of restrictions. And that name was Truist. So give me just 1 second as I go see what this Truist play is really hitting for. All right, y'all, so I'm back with all the sauce from Truist. But before I get into the details, make sure you like and subscribe this video so we can push the channel out to more bag chasers just like yourself and continue to run this business credit bag up together. So Truist is actually a newer bank that was formed through the merger of 2 older banks, being SunTrust and BB&T. And this is a good sign, because newer institutions are usually looking to gain more traction in the beginning. They do this by trying to attract as many new customers as possible and building multiple relationship points with their clients. And this is good for us specifically, because once we do get into their ecosystem, they're going to be more willing to work with us to give us products like personal and business credit cards, lines of credit, loans, and other things like that. And this is the perfect example of relationship banking, which to me is the easiest way to secure funding for our business. So now that we know where the bag is, it's actually time to start running this play. So the first options we have with Truist as far as business funding are their actual business credit cards. There are two ones specifically that I want to focus on today, which is the Truist Business Cash Rewards card as well as the regular Truist Business Credit Card. So although they are both business credit cards, there are a few differences between the two. First of all, with the Truist Business Rewards card, you're going to be able to get 9 months interest free as far as the money that you spend on a card. Plus, you're going to get rewards points in the categories of gas, office supplies, and other things where you can get 3 times, 2 times, and 1 times the points. The next option you're going to have is the Truist Business Credit Card, which is just a normal card. The biggest difference here is that this card is going to give you 12 months interest free when you first start spending on it. But unlike the Truist Business Rewards card, there are no rewards points when it comes to this card. To be honest, I'm more interested in the Truist Business Rewards card because I love racking up rewards points and being able to spend them elsewhere. They do have another option, which is the Travel Rewards card, but I wasn't much interested in that because I don't yet travel a lot, and when I do, I usually place that on my Amex cards. Another huge plus when it comes to Truist business funding is that there is no limit to the amount that you can get on these business credit cards.
What did he say?
Some of my mentees have literally been able to get up to $75,000 when they went to apply for these Truist business credit cards. And when I just asked the banker what was the limit that one could get on a business credit card, he literally said there was no limit. And this is a huge play in itself because remember, Truist is heavy on the relationship banking. So the more you rock with them, essentially is the more that they're going to rock with you. And not only is there no limit to the amount of credit that you can get with these cards, but when you use them, the utilization doesn't report to your personal credit. So that means you can go ahead and make investments with this business credit without it negatively affecting your personal credit score. This is truly one of the most powerful aspects of using business credit. Now, another key thing to remember here is before you try to get any business funding from a bank or a credit union, you need to make sure that your business is properly structured. So if you don't have your business properly structured, when you go to apply for these business credit cards, the bank is going to look up your business and it's not going to look official or professional, which to them is a huge red flag and can honestly get your application denied immediately. I actually break down exactly how to structure your business properly in this video, so if you need to start there, make sure you watch that video right after this one. I'll be sure to put the link in the description for you. Now, once you have your business properly structured, now it's time to start the relationship with Truist. The first thing you want to do is open a personal checking and savings account as well as your business checking and savings account. I personally did this inside the branch since you can do it all at one day, but it's also a good thing because this helps you build even more of a rapport when you go in there and start in relationships with those bankers who help you through this process. Opening these accounts gives you 4 data points with that bank off the rip, and it doesn't take much. I think the minimum is like $5 in each account, but I would recommend maybe putting at least $100 in each account to show some good faith. But of course, the more you can do, the better. Now, when you first open these accounts with Truist, they are going to do a hard pull on your personal credit from Equifax. Now, this is where they get to see who you are and start to determine what products you might be eligible for and what they might want to give to you. In my experience, I've seen that if you have a 680 or higher, the banker is probably going to automatically come back and offer you a personal credit card. Now, it's up to you if you want to start with that personal credit card, but for me, I was already on a mission and I knew I was coming straight for that business credit bag. Now, once you go through these processes, now you're going to be ready to go ahead and pull the trigger on applying for that business credit card. I already did all my research, so all I really had to do was ask the banker, could I apply for that business cash rewards card in the same day? And I was happy to see that he actually confirmed that I can do that since they really made all those credit decisions in-house. With them making the credit decisions in-house, this means that the banker that you're directly working with has a huge influence on whether you get approved or denied. So make sure that you start building that good rapport and relationship with him or her ASAP. Now, all of these business credit cards do require you to do a PG for them, which stands for a personal guarantee. But don't worry, there's nothing wrong with doing a personal guarantee for your business, and don't let anybody trick you into thinking otherwise. Honestly, this is going to be the quickest and most direct way for you to start building your business credit up. With that in mind, another great thing about Truist is that you don't really need a high credit score to be able to be approved for these business credit cards. After speaking with my contact at Truist, he actually confirmed that he has done approvals for clients with credit scores as low as a 650. He stated that they're actually friendly to individuals who may be building their personal credit from the ground up. He stated that the biggest factor that they're actually looking at is your personal utilization rate, or how much of your credit limits that you're using up every month. So when you go to apply for these cards, I would recommend that you have a lower utilization rate, somewhere between 5 to 20%. So if you do find yourself at the lower end of that credit spectrum, around that 650, I would recommend that you, once you open these accounts, that you do about 3 months of regular deposits into your personal and business accounts before you start to apply for these business credit cards. So this can include switching over your direct deposit from your 9 to 5 into your Truist accounts, and then moving over money into your business accounts on a weekly basis. So even though your credit score is on the lower end, these actions are going to actually strengthen the relationship and the trust that this bank has in you, because you're doing more banking and more transactions within their ecosystem. So to recap, at this point, I had opened up accounts in my personal and business name, and then immediately asked to apply for the Truist Biz Rewards credit card in the same day.
You smart.
So literally within a few minutes of submitting the application, the banker came right back and told me the great news that I had just got approved for the Business Cash Rewards credit card. He did let me know that they wouldn't know the exact amount that I got approved for with the business credit card until I actually received it in the mail. I honestly hadn't heard this before from any of these other institutions I dealt with, but hey, I was still super excited that I got approved, and I was going to be getting even more funding for my business. So the next few days felt like some of the longest days ever as I waited for this business credit card to come in the mail. Finally, after about 5 days of waiting, I finally got an envelope in the mail from Truist. And as I was opening it up, to my surprise, Truist gave me a whopping $25,000 credit line on my new business credit card. Man, I'm telling you, it felt so good to successfully run another business credit play and add another $25,000 to my business capital. And now this was more than enough to go ahead and invest in a few more cash cards for my Turo business. And with this card being 9 months interest free, I could go ahead and leverage this credit and buy the Turo cards, and as long as I paid it back within 9 months, I literally wouldn't have to pay any extra money on the debt that I borrowed to buy them. And this is literally the most effective way for you to leverage business credit to buy an income producing asset without having to pay any money out of pocket. And now that you know the exact play on how to get your next round of business funding from Truist, the only thing you need to do now is figure out what you're going to invest in. So make sure you watch this next video so you can learn my exact strategy on how I use this business credit to build wealth over and over again.